You're welcome to another edition of series and education on export business. And today I'll be talking about how to export from Nigeria, because I'm talking from Nigeria actually, for those that join us or seen this video from outside Nigeria. But before now, I did a previous video where I talked about how to start export business, because I'm going to continue from there in this video. But this video is just how to find buyer abroad. Sorry, how to I'm used to how to find buyer abroad, because that's a major challenge for many people. Today I'm talking about how to export from Nigeria. Just basically summarizing the process of exporting from Nigeria. The first thing is that you need to have a limited liability company, and that limited liability company must have export as one of the objectives. Export as one of the objectives. And then with limited liability company, you can use to process your export license or export certificate, which is valid for, I think the initial one is 2 years and every other one is after one year. You can do it online. You don't need anybody. If you go to NEPC, Nigeria Export Promotion Council website, you can do that online. I think it's 13.5 valid for 2 years. You don't need anybody. Don't let anybody collect money from you. You can process it yourself, and it's 13.5. Now, and you do it online and submit, fill the form, submit your details, pay with your card. Within 24-48 hours max, you should get it. Actually, within a day, you should get it. Now, that's the initial part, registry. Now, we're looking at how to export, how to go about it. When you register, it is assumed by this time you have learned how to start export business. That's it. I won't talk about that in this video. You should have learned that in the last video, how to start export business. When you have an export license, then you need to determine the product you want to export, which you'll have known by now. And then prospect online. I've done several series of videos on how to find buyer abroad. So you have to do promotion to be able to find buyer abroad. But before you go for find buyer, you should have an idea of the cost. Because when you're talking to buyer, you now need to quote a price. So you need to know the cost. That means the FOB price. Now, FOB is an Incoterms. It's an Incoterm that says that your price and risk end when the goods are on board the vessel in your country. So the reason for using FOB is because you don't know where it's going, so you can't put CFR. CFR is a pricing that requires you knowing the cost of transport to destination. And because you are still trying to get a buyer, you don't know the destination here, you can't quote a CFR price. When you are quoting a CFR price, you must have a buyer who is interested, who is telling you this product is going to Chennai port in India, or Shanghai port in China, or any port, Tilbury port in the UK, Miami port in the US, wherever it is. It must state the port that it is going to. Because that way, you can easily now know the cost of transport to that port and add it to your FOB price to get your CFR price, cost and freight. So by the time you now have pricing, you can start promotion. You promote online, promote offline, online, social media, B2B platform, database company, international trade fair, representative abroad, whatever option you want to use to promote. By the time you promote now, you will have to get purchase order. By the time you promote, you now get response for purchase order. You now have to sign an agreement. When you get a buyer and you agree on price, you sign an agreement. Agreement basically talk about the details of the transaction in terms of the product, the pricing, the paperwork, the payment, the port of loading, the port of discharge, the inspection, pre-shipment inspection, different details on the contract. I will do a separate video on the contract. I'm looking for a name to call it now. So I'll talk about the detail of export contract in another video entirely. Now, you sign the agreement, then of course the next thing is to go and procure the item. When you are signing the agreement, please be mindful of the amount you have agreed, be mindful of the document you need to present for payment, the condition you need to certify for payment, be mindful of that. So you can certify that condition for payment. Then you procure the product. You either procure or produce. Either you are procuring because you are a merchant, or you are producing because you are a manufacturer, or you are an agro-processor who process that product yourself. Now, having done the procurement, then the packaging. When you receive the goods, you have to package it. and label it. Package it and label it. Package it and label it. Package it and label it. I'm emphasizing that. You need to know, how does the buyer want it to be packaged? If it's commodity, is it in jute bag, is it in PP bag? How is it to be labeled? If it's manufactured good, how is it supposed to be packaged? You will have sent sample to the buyer most of the time. So you should have corrected all that by now. Packaging. Now, when the good is ready for shipment, because after signing the agreement, you already raised money, you've gone to buy, the good is ready for shipment, then you go online and do pre-shipment, pre-export documentation. Now, the reason you register a limited liability company with the export as one of the objectives, the reason you get an export license is because you are going to need those documents when it gets to the point of pre-export documentation. At that point, you are going to fill your NXP form. You are going to attach a pro forma invoice. That's an invoice for the shipment that just shows detail of what you are shipping and the amount. You are going to attach any other document as required, particularly export license is one of the documents you attach, or export certificate. You attach all documents, submit it, your bank review. If it's okay, the bank will send it to the inspection agent in Nigeria. That's the government inspection agent. The government inspection agent receive it. If it's okay, they will approve it. By the time that is done, you can invite them to come and do inspection of the goods. When they do inspection of the goods, they will send you an invoice. So they send you a notification to pay a fee. It's called the NEST fee, Nigerian Export Supervision Scheme fee. NEST fee. It is 0.5% of the FOB value. Remember, FOB value is the value of the goods plus profit. FOB value is the value of the goods plus profit. FOB value is the value of the goods plus profit. That FOB value is 0.5%. That means if the value of the goods is $100,000, I'll pay 0.5%, which is $500. Naira equivalent to the government. I'll pay that, and then immediately they confirm confirmation through the bank. They will issue a clean certificate of inspection, CCI. That clean certificate of inspection will be uploaded on the same platform where I process the NXP, where the bank also have uploaded their next receipt. Then the custom, upon seeing that, custom who has done inspection, in fact, when that inspection is being done, your agent that you engage, after you fill the pre-export documentation, you get an agent who will invite the inspection agent, who will invite custom, NDLA, SSN, and all the relevant agency of government to do the inspection. So by the time the CCI is issued, the custom can see, custom now issue what is called the SG, the single good declaration, and transmit it to the shipping line. Shipping line, upon seeing that you have done all your export clearance and all the documents are in order, the shipping line will load the good on board the vessel. Provided you have also provided all the information required by the shipping line to your agent, all the good load on board the vessel and do the shipment. Then now you now have to deal with post-export documentation. The shipping line will issue a bill of lading. If it's an air, they will issue an airway bill. If by sea, they issue a bill of lading. If it's by road, they issue a roadway bill. If there is rail, it will be railway bill. If there is rail for export in your country, railway bill. That document will be issued. Then you prepare your invoice based on the quantity, the unit price, and other detail required. Then you prepare your packing list, which shows how many cartons did you ship, what is the weight of the carton, what are the type of product you ship, what is the weight of each carton, what's the total weight, what's the net weight, what's the gross weight, what's the unit quantity inside, and the total weight at the end of the day for all the product. Packing list. Some will require a certificate of origin. You can process that on the website of NACIMA. Register on website of NACIMA. NACIMA is National Association of Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines, and Agriculture. NACIMA is an agency of how do I describe NACIMA now? It's an organized private sector. Organized private sector. National Association of Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines, and Agriculture. So you get your certificate of origin from them. Any other document required? Inspection report. Apart from the inspection done by custom and the one done by the inspection agent of government, there will be another inspection by a third party as required by the buyer. This could be SGS, could be Bureau Veritas, it could be different agency of government, depending on the agency of government that have been nominated to carry out that inspection. Sorry, not an agency of government, so sorry about that. Different private inspection firm who is inspecting on behalf of the buyer. Private inspection firm who is inspecting on behalf of the buyer. You come and do inspection on behalf of the buyer. After doing the inspection on behalf of the buyer, the document will be attached as part of the document you are sending abroad. And any other document, there could be any other document. That's why I said, you remember when I said, in your agreement, you should have been able to see. In your agreement, you should have been able to see any document required for you to provide after shipment that you cannot provide. You should have seen that and said, look, I'm sorry, I will not be able to provide this document. I will not provide this document. This is what I will be able to provide. You provide your post-export document depending on your payment method. That is whether you send document directly to the buyer or you send document to the buyer's bank. If it's open account or advance payment, document go to the buyer directly. If it's bill for collection and letter of credit, document go to the buyer's bank. If it's a letter of credit, you need to review that document very well. You need to ensure that the document is obtained and presented at least within 21 calendar days after shipment. That means you should, by second week, March, you should send it out so you can get it before the end of third week. There's no reason why you should not process that document in 1 week. So you can send it out within the first week or at least the second week. So you can get it the second week or by the third week. The document, if it contains discrepancy, particularly if it's a letter of credit transaction, that might affect your payment. That might affect your payment. The letter of credit will become an issue that will affect your payment. If letter of credit is required or the basis for payment, if there is any inconsistency between the term of the LC and the document you send, there will be discrepancy and that can delay payment. And some unscrupulous buyer can use it to tell you that they won't waive discrepancy. That document should be released to them and then they will pay you after. Or use it to negotiate price, depending on the nature of the buyer you are dealing with. When document is in order, payment will be made. If it's LC, bank is what that will make payment. If it's bill for collection, the bank will release document to the importer, and they will debit him immediately if it is signed bill for collection, or he will sign a bill of exchange and pay in future if it's tenured bill for collection. And of course, when payment is made, your account is credited and the whole process is completed. I hope this have helped. Now, each of the section of this process is a lot to unpack, but I want to keep the video short, just within 10-15 minutes. So if you have any question, please drop in the comment section as usual. If you are seeing us coming to this YouTube channel for the first time, thank you for stopping by. Please subscribe to the channel. Click on the notification bell so you know when we upload new video. Share with your friend who is interested in export, and remember to like the video if it has added any value to you. My name is Dila Imibo, your export doctor, and I'm signing out.